Hi, welcome to this second iteration of this three-part tutorial about Unity 2D game making. In order to play around with the stuff I'm playing with, you need to get Unity 5.1.1, at least version 5. Then you can follow along, and I'm gonna create a new project, and this project is named Project X times 2 whatever, and I'm gonna select 2D here and then asset packages, because in the first video I explained to you that you can after creating a project you can import packages, but you can also do that at the start here at this screen. So I want to have the 2D package available, and because I'm really working with I like to have some particle systems in there, and then done. So I can create. Alright, so you get this screen or not. If you followed along from the first video, you'll get this screen, or you would get this default screen like that. You can add and change the screen using these sliders here, like that. And you can also click on this button here and go to 2x3. Let's do that, and then slide this back all the way to this position like that, and then alright, so this is good enough. You can also put click on this game tab, click it and put it, for instance, here. But since I don't want that, I can move it around and put it in the bottom left again. You can do that with any other window, so remember that. Okay, so this is a scene that's already preloaded with stuff, and it's on the standard assets 2D, and we've got the prefabs here. The prefabs section is very nice. So here's my character controller. I'll just select it and I can put it inside the hierarchy here like that. And if I now select it, you'll see that my camera is a bit off and Robot Boy is there. In order to fix that, I can change the position here. So I select the character Robot Boy and then double click on this value here to get, anyway, to select the whole value, press 0, 0, 0, enter. So now it's exactly smack in the middle of the camera. Alright, so what are we gonna do? We are going to zoom in on our little character here, and we're going to check out the rest of the prefabs. Here, this platform 36 is there's a preview here. We're gonna get the platform 16. Just put it inside the scene like that. Alright, so what I also want to do is get this platform going here, platform ramp. Let's put a ramp in there, and if you yeah, approximately. You can also use snapping, but it's too much detail for now. So you can, if you run this, I tend to use the run button a lot because you can see what your game is, how your game is developing. As you can see, the camera is not tracing the object. We can fix that with the default scripts that's in here, scripts. And then we have the camera 2D follow. It's this one here. You can also use this slider to go all the way back to the left, and then you have the normal text view. Camera 2D follow, put it on the main camera, not here or there or in between. No, you need this. So now it's on the main camera. So I selected the main camera, and I'm gonna do the target here. So it needs to know what target it needs to follow, and that's character Robot Boy. So let's check to see if that works. Yes, so the camera tracks. And you can also set properties. So I deselected the play button, so I'm out of play mode. Select the main camera, and the look ahead factor, I'll put it at 6. So then you will not have the risk of your character running off the screen. Alright, okay, so you can zoom in and out using the middle mouse button. clicking and holding the middle mouse button, you can pan around the scene. I'm also going to get my prefab here. I'm gonna get my kill zone in there, and the kill zone is the default selection is this sphere, but it's actually you need to press W to get the translation thing going, and then R, you can shorten it in this like that, and then W again to move it. So let's put it there. So if you go to the left, you are dead. Okay, so I want to have a gap here, so I can select this piece here, and I'll duplicate it. Yes, duplicate, and then move it over. And now we're gonna do the real trick. We're gonna press E, and now we get a rotation transform. And since Unity actually is doing all this in 3D game space, but it's due to the orthogonality of the main camera that you don't see that, because I can just do this. Here we go. So now we rotated it. So let's get R, W, and then get a little gap here. All right. So now we get a where is my kill zone? Put it under here, and then use R again to do this, and W to move it there. And so the goal is for the character to jump over this gap, and if it doesn't do that properly, the character will die. So let's check if that works. So first we got the situation that he doesn't know and he falls off, and oh, he's dead. So now he's going to jump, and you can jump, you can move around with A and D, and you can jump with space jump. So I did it, I made it, and then I fell off, and it keeps continuously falling off. If I would look at the character robot boy, you would see the Y increasing all the time. So it's infinity basically. So I'll just stop his falling by going out of the play mode, and I'll get some new stuff in there. So we got this challenge here. We also can create a crate pink. Just put it in there. Just put the crate in there. Let me zoom in a bit, because this crate is an obstacle. Let's put it there like that. It has this color white. Actually, that's is it white? Let me check. So now if I go to if I see the crate, I can push it in, and then I made a mistake. Well, then this is an obstacle. I need to overcome the obstacle, and I made a gap, and I'm into the next section of the game. Anyway, just to show you that you can just use a stuff like that. You can also scale stuff like this and even duplicate. So I told, and you've got the edit duplicate is Control D. Just duplicate it, Control D, duplicate it, Control D, duplicate it. So if I would now press play, it would do all the physics. It would just calculate how that's done. Just get rid of all the boxes, and then we can jump. All right, just to get some variation in there, so you can duplicate all these objects, and then it'll simulate the physics for these boxes. Actually, these little cubes. You can also deform them. For instance, I left click this one, and then I use R to scale, and I can flatten them like that, and I can even make it a different thing. So if I would now press play, you would see it would just simulate like as if they were real objects in the real world. Great stuff. All right, let me see if I can change the color to blue. I don't know if that works, because it has sprite lit material. Let me check. Or here it is, this one. So that's because it's Sprite. The Sprite has this color. So can I change the tint? I don't think so, but just check to be sure. Now it's black. Alright, so I made it black. Alright. Now, okay, just this sprites are strange things. You can double click and then there's the view. Yes. Alright, so just forget it. This it has this color. Or here we have the background navy grid sprite. So how did I get that? Okay, just put the background gray sprite on there. So I can move it around and it's very big. And do we have another sprite? The crouch sprite. Oh, I can also crouch, but we won't touch that for now. I just got some objects in there, and I'm gonna go to I made a follow script. So now I'm going to add a particle system. Yes, also go to particle systems, prefabs, and we've got a lot of nice stuff we can just add to the scene. One of the things I want to do is get some smoke going. I can just add it to the character robot boy. Let me see. It doesn't really do a lot. Let's get the fireworks going. Put it inside. There we go. Now it shoots fireworks out of its head, and that's since I bound it. So I put this fireworks in the top hierarchy like that. If I would now play the game, it would stay at that position. So what I would want to do is to have it move along with this character. Well, there's a very easy trick for that. So I select this fireworks here, and I'm gonna left click it and then move it inside the character robot boy. So now it's bound. So the parent of the fireworks is now character robot boy. So now if I move, it will continue to get fireworks shoot out of its head. Yeah, right. Hey. There we go. Another thing you can do is an explosion. Yeah. So get the explosion and put it on character robot boy. So this explosion is a very nice effect. Once you start it, it's automatically boom. So you get this boom. So you can see that the explosion starts automatically. There's not, yeah, well, Unity, you can do anything you really would think of, you can do inside Unity, but for the more tricky things, you need to program inside Unity. I'm not gonna tell you how you can do that because that's a whole different subject, and you need a lot of different lessons to learn how to program inside Unity. So I'm trying to get to tell you what I know that can be done with the default materials and the default stuff that's inside the assets folder for Unity. And these are the things you can, these are present already inside Unity. So if you now look at what we have now, there's one thing we can do as well, and that would be to add, let me get the frame rate counter. I can just put it in. Why is it not there? Let me see if that is a, oh, it doesn't work. No, forget that, delete that. By the way, you can also, if you've got, you can go back in the hierarchy, in the undo chain, you can Control Z, there's a frame rate counter. It doesn't work the way I want it to, because it should show FPS, but it doesn't. So I'm a bit I don't know why, but I can just deselect this button here, and now it's grayed out, and it doesn't do anything in the scene anymore. Okay, so that's how you can deselect. Oh, I did something wrong there. I wanted to resize this, that's it. So I'd like to do the GUI bit. So get to prefabs. Okay, let's get a game object. That's it. So I have to go to game object, to the object. No, I have to go to UI, and I want to get a button in there. So just to show you how easy that is as well. So I can get a button, move it up inside the view in the screen. I can add another button. Let's go to UI and then button. I can also move that one, put it there. I can scale it, so I can just select it. Here we have it. And then I can just press R to have a small button. And this one, R, have a larger button. And I can also put a text in there, UI text. So I can change that text. I can put it here, new text, our most awesome game. And then here we go. I can scale that as well. I can use W to put it there. This will continue to be seen inside the game. Bam. So, oh, I made a mistake there for the game. Wait a minute. No, it's not a mistake. It's off. Font. Strange things like these, like this happens. Just make it. I think it's awesome game, like that. And just to show you how that's done. Okay, when I now press the button, you can go to button script. Yeah, there's down at the top, at the bottom. I mean, there's a list on click event. That means what will it do once you click that button? So I can press plus, and then I can press this O, this circle here, and go to character robot boy again. And then I can press this thing here, and I can go to game object, and I can set active. Yes, set active. So if I now press the top button, set active will be set to this is not ticked, so set active will be off. So it will disappear, and once I press this button, just press the button to check the on-click event for this button, and then plus, do the same, character robot boy, and then function, game object, set active, put it back active again. All right, so that's actually this is a way of working with Unity that's very common if you know how to program visually. This is yeah, a nice thing to know. You can also do visual programming inside Unity, but then you have to buy a plugin for that. And if I would now press this button, it would disappear. And if I would press this button, boom, it would reappear with a big bang. Button, button. So this is how you can get interactivity going and your button inside your game. And one more thing, if you want to build this for your own PC on Mac, you can go to File, Build Settings, and here we have a PC, Mac, and Linux standalone. That's okay. It's on Windows. That's also okay. x86. That's 32-bit. I can add the current scene, and then it says, "Oh, the scene has been modified." I can just press Save, and I need to give it a name, Scene Test 1. So save it. Now it's in the build, Scene in build. And now I can press build and run, and it will run. It will build the game and give it an executable name. So executable name 1. I can just do this, and it'll start build. to build the whole project. And this is something you can then give to somebody else who can then run this executable. And when this other person tries to run your game, you get this screen. I'll just leave it at the default and then press play. And you get this splash screen. It's called a splash screen. And here's your game. So I can... Oh, I fell off. Damn it. I made a mistake. Go again and go again. Yeah, I made it. I made it. And then we have the end. So let's have him disappear. And then reappear. Okay, there's something wrong with the buttons. I don't know why that is. But it should... yeah, maybe it's because... Nah, I don't know. Anyway. It goes, I need to bug fix this, but it goes, yeah, you can see what you can do with just standard components inside the Unity 2D assets directory. And yeah, it's a lot of fun doing this. So I hope you enjoyed this second iteration of this 3-part tutorial about Unity 2D game making.